with us here at News World. Without words, let's move on. Now, a new United Nations report has warned that the Palestinian economy has suffered an unprecedented collapse as a result of the two-year war in Gaza and sweeping economic restrictions. According to the UN Conference on Trade and Development, decades of socio-economic progress in the occupied Palestinian territory have been reversed due to widespread destruction of infrastructure, productive assets, as well as public services. Now, the report finds that by the end of last year, Palestinian GDP per capita had fallen back to 2003 levels, effectively wiping out 22 years of development gains. It describes the resulting economic crisis as one of the 10 most severely global since 1960. Conditions in the West Bank have also sharply deteriorated, with the region experiencing its most significant downturn on record. UNCTAD attributes this to heightened movement and access restrictions, along with a steep decline in economic opportunities across all sectors. And I want to welcome Ali Mohammed Abu Shbak, who's joining us from the Middle East. He's a researcher. Very warm welcome to you, and thanks for joining us here on News World. I just want to ask you first, how long is Palestine going to take to recover all these losses that it has occurred in the 2 years of war?
Oh, thank you for having me. The thing is about recovering, it will take a very long time. But first of all, Israel's occupation, it's maintaining that their process and their policy to weaken the Palestinian Authority in West Bank, and also limited their rule in Gaza. Especially, we are talking about the conflict in Gaza and who's going to rule Gaza the day one after the second phase of negotiation between Hamas and Israel. Up to now, there is no agreement between Israel and several of countries who will rule Gaza, and about also the international forces that safekeeper. So the thing is about the economy, there is a several of action or policy that Israel deducted to weaken the Palestinians' economy in West Bank and as well as Gaza. 2 years of war, the devastation and destruction on the ground, all the infrastructure and also the telecommunication infrastructure have been damaged. It will take a very long time in Gaza. In West Bank, Israel's also detains the Palestinians' taxes and fees. Under the umbrella of claim that the Palestinian Authority supporting the terrorists, because Palestinian Authority support some people who got lost and who casualties in this conflict. They consider it as supporting for the terrorists. Also in West Bank, there is a several of settlement also. Limited the Palestinians' economy to grow up more. We are talking also that all the Palestinians' economy, it's following the Israelis' economy, and most of that things Israel prohibited for the Palestinians' company to sign or to agree with another company. Globally, for example, in communication, Palestinians should take the service from Israelis' economy. For Israelis company, not from other international company like that communication companies. So also we are talking about the telecommunication technologies that's also prohibited development. Israel prohibited for this company to develop and to be more modern. So in Gaza there is a no 3G, and in West Bank there is a limitation for 3G. So all of these policy on the ground prohibited for the Palestinian, not only economically, also society and also the political to grow up and to develop. This is for one aims. Israel try to insist to not let the Palestinian to establish their statehood and insist to there is a no Palestinian statehood on the ground. There is a settlement. Also, Israelis restriction on the mobility in West Bank, in Gaza. There is a no borders. All the borders is closed. So I mean, this is a human-made crisis to limited the Palestinians and forced the Palestinians to flee their lands because economy one of the significant tool for steadfast and stay in their stay in this land. So that's making the Palestinian to frustrated and leave this country and look forward another country to immigrate or to stay in. So it's a very clear the Palestinian economy will not recover very soon until unless the Israeli occupation is still on the ground and their policies still suffocated the Palestinian, not only economy, but also about the human. Okay, there's no doubt about the war in Gaza, and everyone knows what's happening in Gaza and the Israelis' violation of the human rights and the human charities. So that's make it more incredible on the ground. I guess people more desperate, frustrated. If you will talk about the poverty line, several of people in Gaza under the poverty line, and there is no one could secure their daily supplies in Gaza without any support or without any donation or without any aids from outside.
And now, given the downturn that the Palestinian and the West Bank region is facing, and with Israeli settlements, they're now demolishing the Palestinian homes. Are the Israeli settlements going to be expanding there?
There is no doubt. This is a government, Benjamin Netanyahu and Smotrich and Ben Gvir. They are feeding by settlement and by to violating the international law. As you know, since 2016, that United Nations Security Council considered the Israeli settlement in Palestinian territory is illegal. And since 2016 up to date, you can count how many thousands of Israeli settlement units have been established in Palestinian territories. That's make it the situation more, complicated, and that's prohibited for the Palestinian to establish their statehood. That's why they are fighting Palestinian. I guess they are fighting for for self-independence and for self-determination, not only because they have some problem or issue with the Israelis the settler, but we have seen and observed several of footage that how much the settler violated the human rights and how much they are violating the Palestinians it's the right the Palestinian territories without any right and under the cover of the Israeli soldier. So that's it make it more incredible, and I guess they are going to more extended. And Smotrich, he was very clear during the war in Gaza, and he said should be reestablished the Israeli settlement in Gaza, because in 2005, during the Ariel Sharon period when he was a prime minister in Israel, in 2005 Israel withdrew from Gaza. Here in settlement, but now Smotrich and Ben Gvir, they are supporting this idea and to settle Gaza and to be there is some Israelis settlement in Gaza. It's, at the point that Israel size up to now. So that's make it more difficult for the Palestinians to establish their statehood, and will increase the conflict, I guess, because here we are. The natural of this conflict is about the existence. Palestinians want to prove their existence on the ground, and Israeli want to prove their existence there in the land. But also from the Benjamin Netanyahu's government, they don't want to let the Palestinians establish their statehood. And he was very clear on media and in several of statements. He said, "I will not set the Palestinian statehood in the line 1967."
All right. Thank you for sharing that with us, but I request you to stay on as we have some more information to give.